Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. For the time being, I will just be doing monthly forecasts for those zodiac signs that are most popular on my YouTube channel. So I really have to thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on my videos because you help to put them into circulation where other people can view them. I will still be doing all zodiac signs though for the weeklies. Okay, so let's get to your forecast. Hi Leo, happy birthday. Welcome to your July 2022 astrological forecast. So planets don't really move into your sign till about mid-month, but for the time being, okay, first, Mars moves into Taurus on the 5th, and where you have Taurus in your chart is your 10th house, okay, where the planet Uranus has been transiting for years now. Okay, your 10th house is your most public house, okay, it's your career pretty much, but it's your reputation, it's your personal status even, but it is how you're known by reputation professionally and personally. Having the planet Uranus here, I've already mentioned how many times already that inquiring minds want to know, some pretty flipped out stuff going around about you, gossip, whatever, that is really kind of hysterical. So you do have to get used to laughing about it instead of like getting mad about it. But anyways, with Mars here, first of all, just Mars here alone, on its own, is a time where, you could be in competition with someone for a position, okay, in your career, or social status of some kind or other. You could even be receiving an award of some kind, okay, but the award is for, could be for whatever kind of work that you do or have done in the past even, okay, because if you're retired, this is still in effect in one way or other. So the award could be for something a little bit like something different, a little bit different, not like not your standard achievement, okay, whatever. Anyway, so Mars in your 10th house does make you go after what you want in regards to your career or personal status, okay, attention. If you were trying to get the public's attention, you would be getting it, more or less. And that's the thing about this Uranus-Mars conjunction. These two planets will come together. I'll cover it in my weekly forecast. I don't have the date exactly where the, I wouldn't be surprised if it just like, it's happening as I'm doing this, right? No. Oh, well, not for a while. Pretty much next month. Yeah. July ends in 17 degrees of, with Mars in 17 degrees of Taurus, and Uranus is in 18 degrees, okay? So it's in August, so you don't have to worry about this just yet, but anyways, whatever happens, this transit, okay, first of all, Uranus is the planet of surprise, sudden events happening. It's also the planet of freedom and like really being your true self, okay. Now Mars is a planet of action and more or less insisting on being one's self, okay. So this thing is occurring though in your most public house, so whatever happens could actually happen in a public forum, like you could be out somewhere maybe, or this could happen even like on social media. You don't have to be physically out in person anywhere where I don't know, someone could just say or do something about you, or I don't want to say against you, it's just that it's a kind of aggressive. It is an aggressive transit. So back to your career though, if you are in competition with another person for a position, they could do something really wild at this time that's so bizarre. You can't, it's like watching a Lifetime movie. okay? That kind of weirdness is like what this transit is right now for you, just because it's in your 10th house. So whatever it happens, it's like being played out in public. So I would be very careful what I said at this time, especially on social media. Watch if you are out in public with someone and just talking. You know, a lot of times you're just sitting at a table in a restaurant, and sometimes the tables are so close to one another you can't help but hear another person, their conversation at the next table. So I mean, something like that. That's just like a little scenario that could happen where somebody could overhear you saying something and just I don't know, gets into some kind of like an argument, a verbal something or other, could be, okay? Or at this time you could have, you know, if you're some kind of celebrity or whatever, no matter what field you're in, you could have some really bizarre press at this time. It's really hysterical. You could be linked to someone that you know, it's like the farthest person from your mind that you would never even give the time of day to. So whatever. So anyway, so much for that. Okay, but this month starts off with Venus still in Gemini up until the 17th. You have Mercury's here just like the first few days of the month, though. But having Venus still in your 11th house of sociability, your friends, acquaintances, where you go to hang out. This is also social media. It's any kind of group or organization that you belong to. So if you're not out in person, you are socializing online, but you're having a lot more contact with your friends than you have lately. Okay, and like possibly or hopefully you've attended like at least one thing in person, like you went to go see a live band or something like that, okay? Well, the sun moves into, well, the sun is in Cancer, okay, up until like the 22nd, and Venus moves into Cancer on the 17th, Mercury moves into Cancer on the 5th. Okay, so you have Cancer on your 12th house of your subconscious mind. This is a very psychic house. It's the house of secrets. It's the house of self-undoing, okay? Because you can literally drive yourself crazy. That's why this house is called that, okay? But it's the house of confinements of some kind or other, such as it's institutions where you are confined, like a prison or even like a nursing home or something like that. It's also the charitable house, you know, so you may know someone even that is in one of these institutions of some kind. They could possibly be in jail, okay, but they could be in a hospital even, or just laid up. You know, maybe they're homebound. They just stay at home, but maybe they can't get around like they used to, okay? So maybe you've been helping them. You know, it could be anyone. It could be a friend. It could be a relative, anything. So, but maybe you've been helping them all this time, or maybe you're only just finding this out right now, that you do have someone that needs help, you know. And also, though, there's a full moon in Capricorn on the 13th in your 6th house, okay? It's directly across from your 12th house. But the 6th house is the kind of work that you do, your co-workers, the workplace, work schedule. It's also your house of health, okay, many, many other things. So as far as the 12th house goes, it is also the house of secrets and activities behind the scenes, either by you or someone else. So I always say, you know, when Mercury's here, it's the big investigator. It's trying to find out something, anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be snooping. But if it is in regards to your career or a position that you want, around this full moon on the 13th in your 6th house of the workplace and co-workers and all that, I think you could find out something about a co-worker or a competitor that's up for some, like after the same position as you. And this could even be just socially. you know, like if you're like a social butterfly, there could be someone out there just trying to um, do one up you, you know, like better, do everything better than you, be seen more than you, become the media darling, okay? You know, so around this time, though, you could, you know, it comes to a head, okay? If it is in the workplace, it gets settled, more or less, you know, and that's what full moons are for, to take care of whatever the problem could be, okay? And that, to me, it looks like it is something dealing with a workplace or in competition for some kind of position, whether it's personal or professional, okay? But you could find out some stuff, okay, behind the scenes. You could find out some secrets, okay, that maybe you decide whether or not you're going to tell other people about them, especially co-workers, or just keep them to yourself. So anyways, the sun moves into your sign on the 22nd, Mercury moves into Leo on the 19th, and there's a new moon in Leo on the 28th, okay? All of this in your first house, so it's your new moon. You know, you get a new moon and a full moon, one a year. But the new moon begins like your whole year, okay? This is your new year beginning on like the 28th. Okay, I do have to mention that Jupiter in Aries does turn retrograde at the same time on the 28th in your 9th house where you have Aries, okay? Now, I've mentioned many times before, you know, Jupiter is the natural ruler of the 9th house. Having it here does really bring about the desire to travel, foreign travel, long-distance travel, travel to parts of the world you've always longed to go to. It's the dream trip, you know, the trip of a lifetime. It's adventure, okay? It's like reading a brochure, okay, and deciding that you really want to go to this place. And I believe that you might have the opportunity to do just that. When Jupiter turns retrograde, you may change your mind. You may have blew off a trip that you really wanted to take, you know, because what, money or time or whatever, and then when this planet turns retrograde for a while, you may decide that, nah, I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to take that trip. I'm going to treat me for my birthday. Okay, so maybe that's one of these new moon things are going to do, you know. Having the sun in your first house, you're the sign with ruling planet is the sun. So you're always lit up, right? And not due to alcohol, okay? But the sun in your first house does make you shine. So you're the center of attention, okay? Mercury here makes you more talkative, even more so, you know, with this planet here. So it looks like you are on the sending and receiving end of communications. Probably lots of birthday wishes. Okay, I feel it, yeah, it's a new beginning in some way or other. And what better way to do it, but I believe, with like a little trip. You know, it doesn't have to be long distance. It could be just like a day trip. Go somewhere. Go visit someplace, even if it's a museum or an art gallery or something like that. But 9th house is the house of adventure, you know, so you might want to go to some place that, I don't know, that's even educational or historical or something, okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Leo on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 28th, 29th, and 30th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Aquarius. And those dates are the 14th and 15th. And the best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children, the 10th, 11th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The best time for money is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 30th, and 31st. And the best time for your career is the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And the best time for communication and travel is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So, happy birthday. Enjoy yourself. And tune in next week for my weekly forecasts. And check out the links below to my website, which I will be updating. And the link to ask me a question. If you would only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart, that one's for you. That link's for you. And I will see you next week. Goodbye.